Trying to reconnect.
Hi Glossies, I'm Valerie Starr here at Caravan Stylist Studio. We're bringing you some amazing hair hacks with Glossybox and OGX. So stay tuned. Stay tuned at the end of this stream to where you could actually win five of you could actually win a hair care set valued at over $100. So you definitely want to tune in afterwards to check that out. Okay, so what you're going to need for this hair hack is you're going to need a few bobby pins, a few hairpins, the difference between those, so a hairpin and a bobby pin. So bobby pin is the one that's kind of stuck together like that. A hairpin is the one that's kind of open like this. So that's the difference. You'll also need a hair tie. Since my lovely model here is blonde, I'm going to be using clear ones, or if you have dark hair, you can use black ones, just depends. You're going to need a comb. I like using one of these. It's a teasing comb, so it's got really tight little teeth on the comb, and it's got the end to it, so you can really get a great separation in the hair. And then this, like if you have curlier hair or more texture, that'll help you work through it. We're going to use a few different OGX products also today. So you can never go wrong with some hairspray, so we always need some hairspray. I've actually already pre-prepped her hair because, you know, clearly we only have so much time here. So I had pre-prepped it with the bamboo full fiber, which is really amazing. It adds some great texture to the roots. So what I did is I sprayed it into the roots, and then I rough dried it, and then I went in with a barrel brush and the blow dryer just to give it some volume and lift and texture. I also pre-prepped the hair with some sea salt spray. I love this one personally. It's one of my favorites. I've never been big on sea salt sprays just because they're normally really mattifying. And in my world, who really wants like mattified hair? Not me. So this one's great because it's got the argan oil in it, so it really gives some great hydration to the hair. And without making it look matted or dry. So it's really great while still giving you that beachy kind of texture. And then at the end, once we're all done, I'm going to finish off the look with one of my all-time favorite products, which is the O2 Lifting Tonic. It's amazing. It's kind of like a hybrid between, say, a hairspray and a hydrating oil. So it's like the best of both worlds without having too much of one or not enough of the other. It's really, really amazing. And then also, for any sort of braid, I really like to use, depending on your hair texture, either a surf paste, which is really great, or the butter, which this one's amazing. It really gives nice hydration. It gives it extra hold when you're doing the braid itself. So it's good, and it's not going to give you any like crunchy, hard, crispy kind of texture after the fact, which I love. So let's get started. What we're going to do is I'm going to do a really fun little top bun with a braid. So I'm just going to separate the hair, and the way I like to separate it, and a good guideline for you, is kind of go by the arch of the eyebrow and go up. So that gives you like a really nice structure to the line, and you'll always know where it should go. So I'm just going to separate the hair out. Okay, so now that I've got this is what I'm going to be working with right here. So I'm just going to tie this back for 1 second so that it doesn't get in my way. I'm going to pull the rest of the hair back so I don't get confused while I'm braiding. So I'm just going to clip this off while I work. And now I'll go back to this top section here. So I'm actually going to go in with the hair butter to work into the root area. So you really only need a very little bit, because a little bit goes a long way. So when I say a little bit, like that's a little bit. That's all that you need. So work that into your hands. Then just go into the roots, working that in. So I'm actually going to she's got great thick hair, especially after I use these thickening products, and I sent her home with the bamboo full fiber shampoo and conditioner. So she's been rocking that for a while and she loves it, and it really does make a great difference. So I'm going to work with this 1/2, and I'm going to do a Dutch braid. So the Dutch braid is kind of the opposite of what the regular braid is. So this is the one that's elevated as opposed to inverted. So you separate it 3 sections and you go underneath. So I went under and under. And now just continue working your way back, taking a small section and then working that under. Same thing, small section and go under. You want to keep on continually pulling it tight throughout so that your braid stays nice and consistent. Keep on working your way back. It doesn't take long because you're really not working with that much hair anyway. So take a little chunk and flip it behind. Once again, tilt your head down just a little. Okay. Hope you guys can all see this. Take a little section and pull it behind. Once again, a little section and pull it behind. Okay, so I pretty much worked through all the hair that I had separated. Do one more here, and then I'm going to do just a few regular, kind of twists to the braid here just to get a little more of the braid in. And there we go. I'm going to stop at that point right there. So I'm going to tie this off with one of my little clear rubber bands here. Now it's got a little lipstick on it too. Whoops. And there you go. Now we're going to go on to the other side here. Same thing, taking that separated half here, taking the front little section, dividing it into 3, and flipping it underneath. So go underneath, once again, go underneath. Head down a little. Okay, take a little section from one side and go underneath. Once again, from the other side and go underneath. You're just going to work your way back until you've pretty much braided all the hair that you've allocated for the braid. Little piece and flip it under. I really like this look. It's fun. You can be creative with it. You get a little bit of your hair out of your face, which is really nice, and you still get a fun, cute, hip kind of style to your hair, which is great. Mixing it up so you're not just always wearing your hair down or in just like that messy top bun that I'm a victim of all the time as well, but mixing it up just a little. And it's great especially now that we're getting into the cooler weather eventually. So you still have your hair down, so it covers your neck, but you're getting it out of your eyes, which is really awesome. So now that I'm at the end of this, I'm just going to finish off this braid a little. And braid it down equally to the other side, tie it off again. There we go, and now you make your top bun. So I want to add a little extra volume to this, so what I'm actually going to do is back comb it just a little bit. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of hairspray. Just mist it lightly with the hairspray. And then with your teasing comb, take that and just slightly back comb. So if you can see that, just really gently back comb. And as you can see, it's getting big, right? Which is awesome. So now I'm going to have so much more to work with, and it's going to be like a much more voluminous bun. So now I take it, you just kind of wrap it around. There's really no specific rhyme or reason to it. Just, you don't want to look crazy, so make it look cute. Once you've got it, then you just pin it. So I'm going to use a few bobby pins. And just go in and just kind of work that down into the root area of that so that it feels like it's really gripped and it's holding it. Maybe one more for good measure. Try not to stab your model in the head, that's always nice. And there we go. Let me just take down the rest of the hair. And then to finish off the look, I'm going to use a little bit of the O2 lifting tonic. So what you got to do, the key thing with this, you got to shake it, okay? So you don't want the two separate parts. You want to make sure that it's all combined. So shake it up, and then just mist into the hair. This one's brand new, so it takes a minute. There we go. And voila, you got a super fun top bun with braid. Really easy, right? I'm sure everyone can rock this at home. And so now, just so you guys remember, you also have the opportunity to win an amazing prize from OGX by entering the Glossybox and OGX like and share contest on Instagram. Head to Glossybox's Instagram for your chance to win.